Let's see, read sentence after you
I'm gonna sing and dance.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. If we can take a minute to approve the minutes from August. And then I'll skip September. Has everyone had a chance to look at our meeting minutes? I can have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Moving on to the financial report.
Okay, I do not have a financial report this month. The finance officer apologized, but we had auditors come this week, so it will be next month.
No comment from my committee.
I was going to say subcommittee reports, I guess we don't have anything, so we'll move on to the presentations, and if you would like to go first.
Okay, just a few things to go over with you guys before I actually get into what I really want to go over with you. In your packet today have the monthly updates that I like to send, just to keep you guys up to date on what we're doing and how everything is going. On August 15th, that's the first thing you should see in your packet, we got the Google Analytics. Now that everything's with DNET, we got the Google Analytics code on the site. So I'm working very closely with DNET and have a good communication going with them on their website and their hosting and all that's going smoothly. So they got the Google Analytics code on the site for me. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's a great way to track and see who is visiting your site and what they're doing. So I'm now able to look and see how many people are visiting the site, where they're coming from, and it's very helpful. So I like to pull the reports on the first of the month, and from August 15th to September 3rd, which you see on this first page, or through the first of the month, is over 3,000 people visited this site. And then if you look below the pie graph, you'll see the top 10 keywords, what they were searching to get to the Discover Franklin NC website. So Franklin NC, Franklin, North Carolina, Franklin NC restaurants, things to do, North Carolina mines, gem mining. These were the top 10 keywords that people were searching. So I thought that was very interesting for us to have and follow this data closely as we look at the site each month. And then if you turn the page, this made me very happy because now I wanted to see where are they coming from as far as social media is concerned. And Facebook, in that same amount of time, got us 279 visits. So people clicked on the link from the Facebook and came to our website. So that's good. We are getting traffic from Facebook. Then we can drill it down a little further and see what city they live in. And of course, Franklin's #1, so you've got a lot of people using the site here in Franklin and visitors. But Atlanta is right behind it, and that's where we have our billboards. So that's good, and that's again from the August 15th to September 3rd. That's from just the amount of time we got that code on the website. So that's good that Atlanta is our top traffic in those less than half a month. And then, so that's your Google Analytics, and every month I'll provide you with a report so that you can see that traffic and we can watch that. I want to go to Facebook updates. July 15th, we had 494 Facebook fans. That's when we started the Facebook advertising, and now we have over 1,600 fans. I checked it before I came today, and we're right at 1,700 Facebook fans. So the ads are working. They're doing wonderful for us, and if you turn the next page, our top performing ad, which I found this interesting, is the waterfall ad, and that's the waterfall we have running in Atlanta. And I'm targeting those zip codes. So that's got me the most Facebook likes from the Facebook ads that I've created. And you can see where I'm targeting the ad. It's being targeted to 380,000 people. And just from August 7th to September 3rd, that ad alone got 194 page likes. So good data. It lets us know it's working. And then I just included some other ads to show you where I'm targeting, show you the look that I'm using, and just to kind of give you an update on Facebook. I am doing the posting for the Facebook page, which I'm happy to do. However, if you have any ideas or events that are going on in Franklin, or things to do in Franklin that you'd like to see on the Facebook page, please share your ideas with me, because, I mean, it's good to pull from a group of people. So, Summer, send them to Summer, and Summer can get them to me, or I'll be happy to give you my card. And if there's just some special event or something exciting going on in Franklin, and we need to get that on the Discover Franklin page, and I haven't done so, please tell me so we can do that.
Yeah, our pumpkin fest is the first event that's coming.
Yes, and so I'm going to do a Facebook ad and post that regularly on Facebook. So stuff like Pumpkin Fest. If there's anything else or interesting facts about Franklin or something you think that would look good on the page, please let me know. So I'm open to that.
Any grant requests we can send.
Yeah. If you have a grant request and you want to make that announcement, yeah. So it's we have a lot of Atlanta fans. Keep that in mind, but it's still okay.
Well, I meant like people for festivals and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we'll get the request for festivals.
Okay.
And shoot
Okay,
you the dates.
understand. Yeah.
We can shoot you the dates and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether we fund them or not.
Yeah. Because I also sponsor those posts as well. So they are in the paid advertising, and they generate a lot of likes for the page. They help just as much as the paid advertising of these ads that I've included. Billboard update, I brought the 2 designs that you did see at the last meeting. I do need approval on this artwork. I know the Pumpkin Fest had to be discussed at this meeting, I believe. So I just need to know if this is approved as far as the art will look, because those are our next 4-week run for the Atlanta digital billboards. I can submit the artwork as late as next Monday. So if you like them and want to make that decision this evening, I will get those to print or to the billboard company as soon as I get your approval. We did get 1 bonus billboard this go around for our last 4-week run. That's on the last page. The advertising company and billboard company has been wonderful to work with. If they can get us bonus boards, they are. I know the first 4-week run, they got us 5 additional 5 boards, and then now they were able to get us 1. So we have 4 contracted. Any more that we can get is free. It's more promotion for Franklin. So I think this has been a really good campaign, and it's going really well. Okay, so the last point on this is the Google AdWords account. That is the paid advertising for the keywords and the search, for the search engine, and I want to talk about that because I feel like we need to make some decisions about the website, because we are promoting the website so strongly and spending so much money on the web, pushing traffic to the website with the Google AdWords account. I did have a presentation, but you're not going to be able to see it. So I'm just going to use it for my guide. It was just 4 slides, and I'm actually going to turn it over to Justin with JV Media. He's here to present to you. He's from Asheville, and he is a search engine optimization specialist. And he's worked with several TDA boards and different counties on exactly what we're trying to do and trying to promote Franklin. So I want to talk to you about the website and get your thoughts on that, and then I'm going to let Justin take it and explain what he does best on search engine optimization. I've been talking with DNET quite a bit about the website, and I was asking them, what platform is the website built on? If we wanted to add anything to the website, what is that going to look like for us as far as adding a blog to the website or adding a contact us form? Currently, with the website, it's got great content. It's very content heavy on lots of things to do and what to do in Franklin, but there's some things missing on the site that concerns me. If you have time, if you want to jot this down, exploreraven.com, and that's what I was going to show it to you on the big screen. It's our neighbors, Raven County. They have a great site where they are blog site, and let's putting it on a WordPress template. And a WordPress template is a blogging friendly website. Have you guys heard of WordPress at all? Okay, so you're familiar enough with it to know. It's a way to allow us to get in and add things to the site without having to contact DNET every time. They're happy to do it for us, but it's not on a WordPress platform as it is. It's on HTML, and we will exhaust our contracted time with them. So this allows us to have control of the website, blog, make updates, put new pictures, and it gives you the way to have your website and have your hands on it if you ever need to make any updates yourself without having to contact someone. So So when you get a chance, check out Explore Raven because they have a great newsletter opportunity and blogging site. So I wanted to show that to you. Jackson County also has a blogging site, which I was going to show to you. But blogging is a great way to keep your keywords, and Justin will explain this to you in a minute. Keep fresh content on the site, which currently we're not doing. We're really not adding fresh content to the site, so this would open up an opportunity for us to do that. There's a second part to this as to why I really want to add something to the site, which is a contact us form. With Google AdWords, you click on it, you search, let's say I'm on a vacation in Franklin, North Carolina, things to do. You click on a paid ad and you go to Discover Franklin, and you're looking around the Discover Franklin site and you leave. If you wanted more information on Franklin, there is nowhere to sign up to get more information. It also gives me no way to track a conversion. And a conversion on the Google AdWords is I can now see if somebody has clicked on my paid ad, because we're spending money on these ads, they're going to my website, they're signing up for more information, and we've collected data. That's a true conversion. At the end of the year, we will now see our $15,000 spent on Google AdWords paid off. Look how many conversions we had. It allows us to track our data, and we're just not currently doing that on the site, so we would definitely want to add that. So that's something to think about. It also allows us to...
And you can set stuff
This would allow us to build our email database. Do you currently have an email database? I know we talked about. This opens up opportunity for you to now, because I've already talked to DNet, they'll store the email addresses. Now you can collect email database, have a database, and in the future we could do broadcast email to tell people about Franklin, what's going on, Pumpkin Fest. This just opens up more things that we can do to stay connected with the people that are visiting our site. So I just think it's a good tool, and we could use it for the future. So that is another huge thing that needs to be put on that site. If anything, is a contact us form. So I'm going to turn it over to Justin, and then I can give you a copy of the presentation for tonight because it does have how we're going to reallocate the funds for the AdWords. I'm proposing that we do a new WordPress website. Premier will design it. There's no cost on that. So we will take the current content, put it on another platform, the WordPress platform. DNet will add the email storage, and when in the future when we start sending out emails, it's $10 a campaign and $0.015 a name. So until we build our database, there's no need to send email. But once we start getting people contacting us and wanting to hear more, we can start that campaign. And then I'm going to let Justin explain the SEO plan, because not only do we need it, if we're going to do a new site, we need to have it connected with search engine optimization. And it needs to be done right as far as the SEO on the website so that we are showing up in a Google search. AdWords alone can't make that happen. There's things on the site that needs to be done, and you can verify this for me, that need to be done so that we are showing up organically in the Google search engine. So I think this will be a really great plan for the website, and our AdWords will be very effective because of it. Blog writing, are you guys opposed, or maybe it's something for you to think about, if you could divide and conquer blog writing yourselves to submit to Premier to post for you, or would you need a writer? You're passionate about Franklin, you're on the board. Is that something that can be done? I don't know, so that's why I wanted to ask.
Anything in the past, we've always have to have approval before we could do anything with the billboards, anything. So I don't know, John, that may be a question for you. Because you don't want just anything going.
I don't know of any legal requirement. I think as a practical matter, you're probably going to want at least monitor, at least keep a good monitor on what goes out there. I mean, it is the town talking, it is the TDA talking.
And we would give you talking points and keywords to use within the blogging. I just was thinking for a cost saving if each of you wanted to take one.
And so maybe the thing to do would be devise a plan that this board could pre-approve to say, all right, you're going to take from here to here. You're going to get, general suggestions as to what would be good to, and follow that plan.
Or you could, what if you, oops.
My suggestion would be to submit it to Premier, and the board give Premier approval to post because Premier's not gonna post anything bad.
That was my concern,
And
because you
they
never know
might-
what someone's going to.
They might, you know, they might take it and check it for grammar and, you know, all the, you know, make me look good, because I'm not a writer. I'm a numbers guy, I'm not a writer, but, you know, if I submit something to Premier, and they're like, okay, this is good, maybe.
Yeah, we
tweak
would
it,
definitely do
whatever.
all the posting and take care of the posting on the WordPress site. We would be happy to show if there's a few members that would like to learn that process, so that in the future if you wanted to post something, however their logistics are, we could train you on that, of course with no charge. But if blogging or writing what you're passionate about in Franklin, and we can provide you with a list of keywords to use, it's huge for a Google search. It's fresh content on that site. And Explore Raven, I love they're doing 2 a month. So it's not something that needs to be done every day. If we could just get some content on that site. So if you need a writer, I can get that quoted out. And because Premier works with writers for our accounts as well, so we have contacts that we can certainly find. So anyways, that gets me to where I'm going to stop talking and turn it over to Dustin so that he can explain his proposal. Because we're going to take part of that $15,000 and allocate just a small portion of that to JV Media so that they can put the SEO plan into place. And I'm really excited about this if this is something you want to move forward with, because I think we can do a nice site, get some really good SEO going on, and discover Franklin. Let's get it at the top. And then, of course, our Google AdWords will be very effective. So, all right, I'm going to stop.
Thank
Turn it over to
you.
Dustin.
Thanks, Jessica. I'm really honored to be here tonight. I'm going to grab my laptop, plug it in over there, and put my PowerPoint up on the screen. It'll be a little hard to see, but the best we can do.
Pronounce your last name for them.
Bellamy.
Yeah.
Justin Bellamy.
Common spelling.
Say again?
Common spelling?
It's not. It's
Oh.
actually Belleme.
Okay.
B-L-L.
E-M-E.
Amy.
No way.
I thought you said Mimi Bellamy.
It's a
And I was gonna say
it's a
everything.
made-up last name. My grandfather was Italian, and he changed it from Bellome to Bellamy in the 1920s or so. So, as Jessica has said, I'm Justin Bellamy. I own an internet marketing agency in Asheville, North Carolina. And I've done a lot of work in the tourism industry, including prior to starting my agency. So I'm going to go into a little bit about my career and history and what we've done in the past, and also the proposal that I put forward to Premier Marketing to allocate part of the Google AdWords budget for what would be basically a capital investment in infrastructure, research, training, and new content to improve the website. So, brief background, I'm from Polk County, North Carolina. I went to Polk County High School and ended up studying computer science at UNC Asheville. While I was in college, my father started a new company, and I started a tourism website for Asheville. So I started studying how to market websites for my father's business and also for my own business, starting around 2003. And going forward from there, I basically built my website about Asheville, up to 15,000 pages of content, built a small social networking component to the site. Basically, I was competing with the Asheville Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is exploreasheville.com. And I got to be like one of their third or fourth major competitors. There's 3 or 4 other Asheville websites. Mine was called ashevillenow.com. It was also Romantic Asheville, which some of y'all may be aware of. My site's still in existence. So at about 2009, we got a little bit burned out on writing so much content for Asheville Now, started doing more consulting. I did a project with the city of Asheville. I did their internet marketing strategy in early 2010. Actually, in the fall of 2010, I was hired as the interim online marketing manager for the Asheville CVB. So while I was there, I did their blog. We're writing 3 blogs a week. I did their newsletter. They have 100,000 emails. I did their social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook primarily at the time. It predates Pinterest. And I did some of their SEO. They had an outside agency out of Birmingham, Alabama, doing most of it, but I was helping with the SEO for the blog and other stuff. While I was working there, I decided to start a marketing firm that does internet marketing. So we started JBB the following spring with 3 part-time employees. So that was the spring of 2011. Since grown the company to 8 full-time, 3 part-time employees. We've done about 30 to 40% of our work in tourism, and the rest in services within Asheville, and then some national companies that do product marketing. Sylvan Sport out of Brevard, one of our longtime clients. Some other manufacturers in the region. So we work with lots of different types of businesses, but like I said, a good third of our work has been in the tourism industry. Some of our tourism projects, Blue Ridge National Heritage Area. We did SEO project for them in 2011. It was very successful. We're actually working on SEO right now for the Blue Ridge Music Trails website. We're also doing a Google grant because they're a nonprofit, and we got them $10,000 a month in free Google advertising for the Music Trails website. Work right now with, our largest client is Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. We work directly with the Tribal Tourism Office. I'm project managing their new website this year, and also doing their SEO and their Facebook advertising. They had 12,000 Facebook fans when we started working for them. They now have 50,000. The goal is 150,000 by this time next year. So we're working with them on that. Work with Smoky Mountain Host. Our project's coming to an end with them. We may or may not continue with them. We did basically a year of promotion around the kayak games, mostly on social media, also with SEO. And then obviously that project I mentioned with the Asheville CBB was sort of precursor to starting my agency, but I still, maintain a friendly relationship with the folks over there and use them from time to time to get the word out about projects I'm promoting for the tourism clients we have in Asheville. We worked with the Grove Park Inn for the first year of business before they sold a couple times. So we had a contract that led up to the first sale. So right now, this is the court. This is 3 of my team members. Sarah Benoit, some of y'all may know, I'm not sure. She has a lot of trainings in internet marketing. She would be leading any trainings that we provided. Tiffany Nairns runs our social media department, and Leah runs our project management. But we have, like I said, a total of 4 other full-time staff as well, mostly content writers, and also strategists in internet marketing, and we have the public relations department now as well. So real quickly, the services we provide, we do marketing planning and strategy mostly for businesses. We manage SEO, social media, public relations, and online advertising, Google AdWords, and so forth. And then some consulting. What is search engine optimization? The main reason I'm here is to talk about search engine optimization and the difference between SEO and paid advertising, Google AdWords, and why in a lot of cases it's better to invest some of that money in SEO than just to be paying a continuous cost per click you have to pay with Google Ads. So what is SEO? Basically, there are between 500 million and 1 billion daily searches. About 80% of those happen on Google. Things that affect your SEO, your on page, which is basically your title tag, your headers, and the content of your website. The number of pages your website has. So the more comprehensive you are on a topic, the more likely Google is to see you as the most comprehensive website. Google wants to show the user the best website for their search. Internal linking, that is how your site pages reference each other. If you're using a keyword, rather than say click here or more info, Google's going to understand a little bit better what your site's about. And then obviously external linking, and Google's been adding more and more penalties to try to keep people from using like what we call gray or black hat tactics to get more links. So we're recommending these days using Google advertising to get them to trust your site, so keeping some money in Google Ads, but also using a traditional PR approach, trying to get media attention in your target markets. In your case, it would be Atlanta, Georgia, and the surrounding, anywhere that would trigger an overnight stay. So we recommend keeping some money in traditional PR and not going entirely with internet marketing, because those PR links in newspapers are highly trusted links that you can't buy, you can't manipulate. So the process is determining what people are looking for. Google has tools that allow you to understand how many people are searching for different things, such as gem mining in North Carolina or whitewater rafting in Western North Carolina. It'll tell us exactly how many people are searching for it, and then we can check where your site currently ranks and determine whether or not it makes sense to build a page specifically about that topic in order to attempt to beat out the other tourism websites in the region and the other counties in the region. So one thing we can do is optimize existing content. So our proposal has a combination of writing new articles and taking what's already on the old website and optimizing it by adding the keyword in more times and breaking it into subsections and giving the subsections keyword-friendly headers, which actually will add a lot of power to the pages that are already up. And also consulting with Premier when they build a new site to make sure the site names and titles and URLs, in other words, the site map and site architecture match what people are looking for. And then we can develop additional content. So the majority of our work and our other clients, take for instance the Cherokee project. In Cherokee, we took 20 of their existing pages and optimized them and wrote 40 new ones. With Blue Ridge Heritage Area, we took 40 of the existing pages and optimized them and wrote 20 new ones. So the structure is different depending on how big the site is. The Blue Ridge Heritage Area website was 3,000 pages when we started working with them. The Cherokee website was a lot smaller, so there was a lot less content to optimize. So looking on host, we did 50. We optimized 50 existing, and we wrote 25 new pages for that website. So our proposal breakdown, and I met with Jessica before the meeting, and there's a lot of different ways we can go with the current budget we put forward in terms of how much content is being written versus edited. If there's a training component, and that's what Jessica mentioned earlier, we're willing to train the board to how to write effective content for the website. So that could be good use of resources, or where we could allocate that to editing. So in month one, we would do extensive keyword research. Basically, take the site as it now is organized, try to brainstorm any additional sections of content might be worthy of being created, and then determine a hierarchy, which ones are getting more search, which ones are more likely to convert into an overnight stay, and so forth. Come up with the most important keywords for the site. Then we would, in the original proposal, we would provide a training. That could be done here, anywhere in Franklin could come to you guys. Then we would provide an AdWords consultation, which is basically take the keyword research and make sure the AdWords campaign is utilizing all the right keywords and they're optimized correctly. One of the things I did when I was at the Asheville CBB is convince them to take, they had a $10,000 a month Google Ad campaign, convince them to take some of that money that they were spending to try to get people who were planning on going to Gatlinburg to come to Asheville, which cost them about $3 per click, and spend on people trying to tour the Blue Ridge Parkway and get them to stop in Asheville, because there's no commercial viability to the Blue Ridge Parkway, but there's massive commercial viability to searching something like Gatlinburg hotels, which the Gatlinburg hotels are bidding up on, and here's Explore Asheville paying $3 a click to get onto the first page. It was a really foolish strategy they had before. We moved it and basically got them twice as many clicks in the same budget. And then in month two, under the current proposal, we would write 5 new pages and we would edit 5 either existing pages or pages written by Premier or the board. So the editing of existing content can include what's already there or new content. And I told Jessica before the meeting, if we were to cut the training out, we could add 5 more edited pages to the proposal, and that would really cover most of the content that's there now and 5 new pages.
Are you guys coming up with the new content for those new pages as well? Or is
yes.
That, okay.
My writing staff would be writing those pages from scratch, and that's what we did for, like I said, 25 for Blue Ridge Heritage Area, 20 for Cherokee, I think 40 for Cherokee. So example, whitewater rafting in North Carolina is a keyword where you currently rank about page 4 of Google. No one's getting to page 4. Your landing page is not really optimized for that keyword. It's optimized more for that compared to looking for maybe more generally rafting in Western North Carolina, which may attract 4 or 5 times as many people. And right now, you're farther down the page, or you're on page 4. Google. So like I said, page 4, number 40 approximately, page 3, page 4, somewhere in that range. So Blue Ridge Heritage Area, this is kind of hard to see, but we were able to basically, my goal for them was to double their traffic year over year for the peak season. We were able to accomplish that by, like I said, editing 40 pages and writing 20 new ones. And then we also train their staff 3 different times, like when we get the training really set in stone. And then they've taken that training and they've re-optimized more content, added more new content. They've been able to double again this year and again the year after. So they were getting 20,000 visits a month in October before working with us, and now getting 90,000 in October. They doubled it twice. So that was a really successful campaign. And then Cherokee, like before we started working with them, one of the things I used to sell that proposal was, I said, where do you think you guys show up? I was meeting with the director of tourism for things to do in Cherokee, North Carolina. And they were, I don't know, they were page 6. And within a week of putting new content up, they were on the first page for that keyword. And what to do and things to do, we did separate pages for each. Also for Cherokee events, they were on page 9, now they're on page 2, 1 or 2. So we've added those new landing pages for that. And that's it. I just kind of rushed through it, but I've got plenty of time if anyone has questions.
And the cost, you can go with that.
Yeah, the proposal we have here is for $4,000 worth of work. And you guys can.
So just reallocating 4,000 from the Google AdWords campaign to JV Media.
It's basically a 2-month. It's basically 1 month of research, training, and AdWords review. We'll probably end up doing the AdWords review in the second month. We can probably about. Right now it's proposed as 2,500 and then 1,500. But we can allocate it. We can split it over 3 months if there's any benefit to y'all to do it differently, billing wise. It doesn't matter to us.
I could just say I never go past page 2 on Google. I never get to page 3 or 4.
Very few people do. Very few people get to page 2 anymore with all the ads and carousels and stuff they have up there now.
Questions, guys? I guess we would need to wait till the next one. Before we move, or do we have to?
That's up to you guys.
No, there's none.
Do y'all want me to step out of the room while y'all debate it? I mean, that's fine. I don't think.
Already fine.
I think if we are gonna look at approving any of this, I would say as far as the training goes, I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna have time to write. Josh is probably not gonna have time to write.
I know,
Matt's
I'm
probably
not
not gonna have time to
time.
write. Candy's not gonna have time to write. And turnover on the board every so many years, so why invest in the training?
I don't know that I would want everyone to have access. I mean, I don't know, that's just me.
I don't think
Because we had a
the
problem with
training's
Facebook
necessary.
before.
I don't either.
Because we had a problem with the bike rally with Facebook and content that was going on.
And, I mean, as you know, I'm currently the only one that has access to do any posting for Facebook. And as far as your website, we Premier would hold in summer, would have the WordPress login. And so Premier would be posting the blogs and all that. And then,
Just to confirm,
course.
when we talked earlier, I was really pushing for the WordPress.
Yes.
We try to get as many of our clients as possible onto WordPress. WordPress can be anywhere from super fast to super slow depending on the template you use and the hosting. But when in its best, it's super fast. It's one of the easiest platforms to update for lay people or people with moderate level of coding abilities. And for SEO, it was built as a way for people who didn't understand the internet to publish stuff. So it's very effective for SEO. We're seeing in some of our newest clients that are going live with national SEO campaigns out from like 0 to doing well pretty quickly. On WordPress, we're seeing much slower responses on some other like content management systems like Shopify, which is good for e-commerce, or Joomla, which is a little bit clunkier for SEO. And Blue Ridge Heritage Area was on a platform called Drupal, which is way more complicated than WordPress to manage. It's way more complicated to optimize. They've been successful, but they would probably be even more successful if they were on WordPress.
Both our business sites are WordPress sites.
How often do you do the updates? Like, I guess, if we did this 2-month or 3-month, I don't want to use the word contract, but agreed to go with you guys, is this something we're going to have to revisit again in 6 months, a year, 2 years, or is it just dependent upon what's the end thing? Is it WordPress or is it the next system after WordPress?
I think WordPress is going to be stable for a long time. The continuing work with us would be a question of whether or not you wanted to, in the future, invest some of more of the AdWords money into additional
That's what
content. The research will kind of lay out the highest priority forward to lower priority keywords. I think I skipped over a bullet point earlier on the difference between advertising and AdWords and investing in infrastructure on SEO content. So our price point for a new SEO landing page is around $300. The day that goes live, if you get one visitor to the page, you just pay $300 for that visitor. 10 years from now, if that's 30,000 visitors, you just paid 1 penny per visitor, right?
Okay.
If you buy an AdWord, you're paying $1 a click. You're paying $1 for the first click and $1 for the 30,000th click 10 years from now. So, does that make sense?
That's good.
Yeah.
So it may be something as we think about the future in a Google AdWords budget. Yes, we need some, but we want to invest more into content. Right?
Yeah, and one of the things that you can do with Google AdWords is you can put an AdWord up tomorrow for something new. I think there's a new attraction in the product mix here. You can go ahead and throw up AdWords tomorrow, and when you have the new site with the conversion form, basically like with the CDB in Asheville, their main conversion is someone requesting a visitor's guide. But that becomes your main conversion. You can say, okay, how many people who search for this new product are getting? If it's a high conversion rate, then you could justify spending some money the next year on organic SEO for that same sort of attraction.
So just so that I'm clear, you would definitely need a writer then for blogging as well. If we added a blog to the site. Yeah.
I don't know if we need to, I mean,
Just
with the new pages and all that, that may
Yeah.
be enough content to get us started, perhaps.
It's a starting point.
Yeah.
Most of the clients we work with do their own blog off staff. I mean, that's what the CDB in Asheville, obviously they're a big budget.
I'll take on a blog. Just
We're
pick one.
not staff.
And not take on a blog.
You're only staff
Put it out
members.
there.
Yeah, but if we're talking a couple times a month, it's not that aggressive, and not that.
There's probably a lot of people in town that would be willing to submit things to be posted.
That's a great way to do it.
That's good.
And especially somebody who wants to be featured, if it's like
Yeah.
Pumpkin Fest,
That's
well,
good.
you want a piece on Pumpkin Fest on it, then write
Write
us,
something.
write us.
Then
That's-
write us
And we'll add the
a story,
keywords
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, I mean-
idea.
We'll approve.
And then we're still controlling the content through Premier anyway, so
That's a good advertisement for the,
if it
the
starts,
festival.
if it starts
Instead of a
drifting in the
billboard,
wrong
yeah.
direction, we can cut it off.
That's good.
And all blog posts will be shown on Facebook too, because it's content.
I mean,
I would love Facebooks.
Even in Nashville, when I was working at the CDB, we're doing 3 blog posts a week. I was writing one from scratch and usually using 2 press releases that I'd rewrite into blogs every week. And that would take me like 30 minutes to do per blog.
So we need a motion to,
I'll make a motion that we approve the moving of the $4,000 from the $15,000 that was previously approved, to fund this with the exception of the training time.
Okay.
I'll move the training to
And
editing.
move the training into content.
Yeah.
Yep, editing the pages. Okay.
That's my motion.
I second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Awesome, thank you. guys.
That's and then moving forward with the new website as well. So you can do the same work on the current website that is to move forward for WordPress. Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Well,
coming.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for your time, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'll send this to you and you can send it around.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I'll send you a presentation as well, so you know this reallocation.
Do we need to do anything with these?
Saw them last time, but we didn't get final approval,
All
so.
right.
So we need a motion to approve.
So,
Second.
I know there was a question raised, but our keyword is Discover Franklin. So running that down, the make month numbers, I think is a nice thing, but that's not on this one. It gives us a date.
Yeah. We ran out of space.
Yeah.
The
You
Make
don't
Out
want too much
Memories
on
is
it.
just for the billboard campaign. That will not be your new tagline or anything like that. It's just for your billboard campaigns.
that understanding.
And second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
All right.
Thank you
Good.
guys
We
very
will,
much.
be in touch with some details to move this forward, but thank you very much for your time, guys.
Just.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Disney Farms?
Disney Farm.
It sure looks like it.
I would have to
Just a
look
minute.
designer.
It's in here, it looks awful familiar.
The chamber,
Yeah, I think that is all, yeah.
yeah, they have a booklet that they put out, and that's why I say we could gather that information and submit. You know, they were
Unless that's a
provided-
great error on it, if there's already one, but.
Yeah, all it would cost is postage and mail, because they would provide us with the material.
Okay, let's move on to the update on Tourism
Then we're
Development
all-
Commission meeting.
We're all speaking the same language.
We can discuss that.
Okay.
So do you wanna do the update?
Yeah, basically, the TDA, because it was Nikki, TDC met, and one of the points of discussion was, because it was Nikki and Scott, that made the proposal and actually signed the documents, that if there is a change of management now, before they wanted to go ahead and make a decision, they'd like to hear from that change of management. And that was their main interest. So at this point, Linda Arbuckle was going to contact them to see if they could arrange coming to the meeting. Because if there's a change in direction, then maybe, you know.
Well,
maybe
there
there's
wasn't
gonna
a
be
change in
something
direction. And I think Bill sent that email out. I mean, just because there was a change in management, the money wasn't for Nikki and Scotty, the money was for the theater to
Yeah.
promote tourism,
That's-
not for them.
that's
I
what
mean, I'm sure he won't mind coming, I just think that it's been postponed and it's for the theater, not them.
Yeah.
The TDC actually will meet this Thursday, and that's up to you guys if you want me to approach. I believe it's Mr. Garner that's taking over. I'd be glad to approach him at Thursday's meeting
I'm sure
and see if he'd want to come.
And I think you also will be, the bylaws that you have about setting up a process of a month before you evaluate and then vote, that's already, it's been submitted so long ago
Yeah.
that I don't think you need to do that. I think that's procedurally been done. So if they can come and present again at the next meeting, you'll be in a position to go on and approve at that point.
I don't really see a need for another presentation.
I don't think
No, I
so
don't-
either,
I
it's
don't
for the
know if we
same
do.
thing.
I think what the TDC was interested in is if there's going to be a change of program. They wanted to hear from somebody about that.
Well, I do
And-
know that
and
Bill
they were
sent out
looking
an
at the
email to
mandate.
TDC and TDA letting them know there wouldn't be a change in the program. I mean, as far as it still was gonna be a theater and a concerts and it was still gonna continue.
I would still like to see the decision of TDC, because I know when we first approached this, we said that, hey, we're willing to put 15,000 on it. What are you guys gonna do? I'd still kinda like to see where that league goes before I make my decision. That's just me. Cause they may end up not doing nothing. And if they don't do nothing, do we wanna do more, or do we wanna do less? You see what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just my
Putting in the
standpoint.
TDC do nothing or the theater do nothing?
No, the TDC.
Yeah, that doesn't affect our decision,
Mhm.
what their decision is. I mean, we can separate ourselves from it,
Yeah.
we can still deal with that. So, I mean, we, in so many words, we agreed to split about 30,000. And they could say they want to fund something less, that's up to them. If they want to do the full thing, then that's still, that would be what we would report back to this meeting. So we don't know what that's going to be.
Are all the overload shows for the end of the year, are those?
But I think
done?
that decision was made before Phil's
Yes.
letter came
Yeah.
out. That was left at the last meeting, and that was before Phil's letter came out.
So were we funding because Scotty and Nikki were there, or were we funding for the theater? That's what it doesn't
Well,
make sense to me.
the
And I'm not in
plan-
agreement.
The plan was that Nikki, and the way it was explained at the meeting, that Nikki and Scotty came forth with a plan on how they were gonna spend that money.
Yeah, which was advertisement,
Yeah,
not on shows.
but the thing was that was the issue, is what was gonna change. And Phil's letter came out after that meeting, so they have not met since. So that decision still stands until we can talk about it, so. And that's this
September.
Thursday, that's the 22nd, so we'll see where that goes.
And I don't think more time, because, I mean, even if we did, like we talked a couple of months ago, if we did agree to do 15,000, we don't have that to commit right now. We're gonna have to wait till spring.
No, but we didn't have the money for the budget either, but we committed to it. I mean, that's just my thought. I
It's
mean,
just budgeting, you're gonna have it, I mean, we had talked about.
But I don't think
And
they were
that was
asking
part
for
of
it
the
right
reason
now.
for having a reserve, was that we could float. I mean, that was part of the reason, was that we could float with it. And the plan that was presented is a good idea. So we'll have to talk about that next month. It's not discussion tonight, I don't.
No, I thought we were discussing it. I mean, I just don't know why it keeps being tabled.
The
I mean,
reserve
either
fund
yes
was
or
for
no.
floating, now the reserve fund was for pending funds completely
From
tied
the
up, right? I mean,
TDC.
we're not supposed to tap into the reserve fund and float stuff we've committed to.
No.
Well, yeah, but it does help with cash flow, having that, because it's money that can't be spent anywhere else. So the fact that it's sitting in the bank, if we choose to use it, because we're spending money now, even though this year we don't have $100,000 yet this year, that money can still be spent.
Okay, are we talking about the theater or the budget?
Talking
Well,
about the
if
money
you guys
in the
wanna
budget
do
for the
something-
theater.
Okay.
I mean,
I just wanna make sure we're staying on that and then we'll get to
We
that
were
later.
asked to provide information on
Right.
the decision made by, or the intent made by the TDC, whether they were going
And
to
they're
go
not
ahead
there
or
yet.
not. And they're not there yet. This board can decide to do something entirely different tonight if they choose to. So that's up to you guys. I mean, then, if you want to do that, that's fine. We don't need the TDC to proceed. The TDC doesn't need the TDA to make their decision.
I agree with that.
So, but that's where the TDC left it at the last meeting.
Okay, so
And I
we
think
just need
Phil's
to
letter
decide
came
what
out
we
as
wanna
a
do.
result
Do we
of that
wanna
meeting.
table it till after the TDC meeting? Or would we like to do our own thing?
John, do you have any opinion on that? Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable with it if the board's, if the TDA is ready to proceed.
Did we tell them, or did we discuss with them a certain timeframe? Like, was it more a
It's
certain-
been
So
tabled
I think,
since June, July.
the sponsorship arrangement originally was
Mhm.
just that we would give them money for advertising.
Mhm.
And
Right.
it wasn't geared to a time period. And I don't, we did discuss that a little bit at the TDC meeting, but it wasn't aimed at a particular time period. It didn't matter when we paid them.
I think wasn't part of the notion, y'all correct me if I'm misremembering this, but part of the notion was, I think that they had come a couple different times for a couple of, here, let's talk about a $10,000 a month sponsorship, and it was, well, if we get the TDA and TDC on the same page, we'll just do this year.
I think they were just
now.
trying to ask for
Yeah.
help, like, just
It was
not even
yearly,
help,
or
just
we
to
could pay them monthly, or
sponsor
however
to
we
help
decided
the
to
theater
do it
as far as
individually.
market it.
Who's in charge of dispersing our funds?
The amount the town is.
What if we
town
just spend
tax.
2014? When the funds are available.
But that's based on our approval. So, I mean, they can't alter that. The town can't alter what we
Funds
do,
are available.
That's where I thought the director more were going.
even though.
But I don't know.
Just don't ask them, but, yeah.
I think that would be left for,
So long as, well, we have to amend our budget.
wasn't that part of it? Where we thought,
I thought we put it in our budget.
so did I.
Well, there was 15,000 left over.
For miscellaneous.
For miscellaneous, and that was based on that decision.
Yeah, I don't know that, I think you would need a motion to
To change.
spend the funds on that project. Yeah, because you set it aside, but I don't think it's been.
Well, the motion was for
Yeah, it wasn't
the
allocated.
$15,000 if the TDC, which them to help to do the 30,000.
Yeah, that 15 does not affect our anticipated grant requests, so if we spend that we still have money for the grant request.
So we need another motion to either change it or table it, or, I already said my opinion. It's been since May since they've come. I know Nikki and them come several times to do presentations. And the presentation wasn't for them, it was just, and it wasn't for just strictly the Overlook Theater. It was for the theater and to advertise.
I'm fine committing to it, it just, you know, I guess the funds can be dispersed as they come in or show.
I mean, I would think that they would come to us too and let us know. It was like a monthly thing that they were gonna do, was tell us where they were advertising, where the funds, I mean, because the invoices have to come.
Because then they asked if we wanted to sponsor a season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can we not sponsor spring of 2014?
That's not what the motion was, though. I don't know.
Well, we can just sponsor the year with an amount of money. We can sponsor season with an amount.
Well, that's a
It's our
decision we need
choice.
to make.
It's our choice.
But see, I thought that was the decision we did make, was you voted 2 months ago to allow me to approach the TDC board with understanding that we would fund up to $15,000 if they were willing to go on board with us for a specific season.
If we're talking about funding spring of 2014, and they're gonna make a decision on this.
Thursday, I mean, it's,
I don't know if we wait till, I mean, a month isn't gonna kill it either, so.
To see if they'll,
Let's just, if
So-
you feel more comfortable waiting, we can talk, finalize it at the next meeting, no problem.
We just need a
I
motion.
move we table approval.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Okay. John,
In that agenda packet, and I emailed everybody the proposed change on section 2.4 of the bylaws that would change the cap to 25% of the yearly budget. You actually are not in a position to adopt this tonight because you are required to have it for 30 days ahead of time, and obviously didn't have it the last meeting. I think I got it to you on August 29th, so you're not in a position to be able to adopt it tonight, but you can
so we
discuss
need
it.
to look over it, and by our next meeting, we'll have it on there to make the motion to approve it. Okay. Can do that.
So that's really just for information and then there's discussion or any questions.
so this is up for discussion now, or do we want to
If the
table it
board
till
wants
next
to,
month?
but if you're,
It's up.
I would request that we table it to next month.
Don't have to do that, John, just said we have to vote on it.
We can't vote on that.
you can't, yeah, it's just for information. You really don't need a motion.
It's information.
Right.
Okay, moving on to the old business. We need a board decision on funding the request for the Pumpkin Fest for the 2000.
I think Pumpkin Fest is a good festival. It's gonna be your DOA. I would like to see us
We
do
need to make
less than
a
2,000.
motion that we grant the 1,500 for Pumpkin Fest.
2000.
It was 15.
I
I put 2,000.
I know, I was
That's my
like, no, wait a
error.
minute, is it 15 or 2000? Okay.
It's 1,500, that's my
Yes,
error.
I thought
that
it was
correct.
1,500, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So is it
I said
1,500 or
2000.
It's
2,000?
Okay.
1,500, it's
1,500.
less than last year,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's
It was,
$1,500.
I read the thing back there, it was 1,500
Okay, so you made a motion to
to
approve.
approve it.
And do I have a
If it's less
second?
than last year, I can. do
Yes.
Okay. So do I have a second?
Second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Any items from the board?
And that includes the 2 billboards. We knew the billboards last week. Because the request asked for 2
Well, I
billboards.
mean, you already
Well,
approved the.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Electronic
That's
billboards,
one
it
of the,
Yeah, that's
That
one of
was-
the 2 that she.
we approved already.
Okay.
Any more items from the board? Okay, announcement, next regular or scheduled TDA meeting would be Monday, October 14th. And if we can have a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, since we're stating to protocol, as I'm trying, should we get a motion to excuse Matt Bateman and Vicky Springer?
Yeah, I probably should have done that to start with, so yes.
I make a motion we use their absences.
I have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No, I'm sorry, Summer, good catch.
Now.
I move we adjourn.
I have a second.
Okay.
Good deal. Good night.